Hey everybody. So what makes a smart doll so smart, right? Well, in today's episode, we're going to delve right into that. So stay tuned and find out. Hey everybody. Welcome to another episode of Doll Life. I'm your host, Shizusan, and we are now on episode 5. So, before we get started with today's episode, I just want to address something. So, last week there was no episode 5 of Doll Life because I wanted to try out a new segment to my channel called Let's Travel With. And basically, it's going to be a segment where I travel with one of my dolls to some sort of an event of some type. To give you a quick example of what it looks like, I'll put an example right up here from the first episode. It's not going to be something I'm going to do all the time, but it is spring going into summer right now, so there's a lot of conventions and events happening outdoors, so I might be doing a couple of them. So I hope you like them, and there should be more to come. Okay, so today's episode is what makes a smart doll so smart, right? Well, first of all, let's go over the name itself. So on Danny Chu's website, a smart doll stands for social media art doll. So that's what the SM and then art at the end stands for smart doll. But I always get people asking me, well, what makes them so smart anyways? Because they're still hooked on the word smart, right? So they're expecting some kind of fancy technological thing or robotic thing. At least that's my assumption when people ask. So in today's video, we're going to cover 3 things from Culture Japan for your smart doll that might make it a little smarter, plus a bonus 4th item towards the end of the video. Okay, so the first item that you can buy from Culture Japan is called a smart doll charger. And basically what that is a miniature power bank that I'll link a picture right up here. And you can slide it into the torso of the doll and have the wires come out the back, like around the bust line, around the spine. And to get more idea of what that would look like, here's some pictures from Danny Chu's website, here and here. So as you can see, it slides right into the torso and the wires come out the back, and you can charge any of your devices that can be charged by a USB charger. So for sake of example, if it's a cell phone, it has enough juice to power your cell phone to full power at least twice. The only catch for this product is that it is only sold in the Culture Japan store. So you can't order it on the online store and have it shipped to your house. I'm told that the reason being is there's something fishy about shipping it out of the country because of the battery. I'm not really sure on the technicals on why that is, but you can only buy it in store. However, if you still wanted to do this modification, you can still buy it. It's called a Cheero, that's CHEERO MAH 6700. And you can get that either on eBay or on Amazon. And they'll ship it right to your house, and you can just slide it right into the doll. It just won't have the fancy little, mirror eye picture, which is so cute anyways. But if you're technologically savvy, you could probably make up your own sticker and put it right on there. So it's a smart doll charger. Here's a picture of the finished product of what it would look like if you did buy one. But it's a product that's available to you to some extent that will make your smart doll just a little bit smarter, right? Okay, so let's dive into number 2. So the second item that you can buy from Culture Japan is called the Smart Hub. And basically it's turning your smart doll into a USB hub. So it comes in different versions. All right, so you have the female version and the guy version for your dolls. And they both come in either milk or tea color. So that's the normal skin or the tan skin. So to give you an example, some pictures from Danny Chu's website, there's the girl version and there is the guy version. And then one thing that you'll notice right off the bat is that the girl version only has 2 USB ports and the guy version has 3. And the reason being for that is that the guy's torso is a little bit bigger, so they can fit that 3rd USB port. Now, one thing to note is that these USB hubs are USB 2.0, not 3.0. And the reason being for that, from what I read on the Smart Doll website, is that if you wanted to have like a 3.0, there's like an extra power plug or something like that that makes it not really fit too well. But the 2.0, if you're okay with that, this will be a cool way to have a nice looking USB hub on your desk for your PC, Mac, or whatever devices that you can use your USB hubs for. So this is what it looks like when you have the hubs plugged in. Here's like an example picture from the Smart Doll website. And that is the second item to make your Smart Doll a little smarter, right? Okay, now to hit up the third option that you can get from Culture Japan, which is called the Power Extension Torso, or PET for short. This is definitely an interesting item. So basically what it is it's a extension cable for power, right? So if you have your power socket in your wall in an awkward place or under the table or, behind the furniture, you can basically use this item. So it slides into the torso. When you buy it, it's a whole torso, right? And you just swap out your torso with this one. And the cord itself comes out the back, just like the smart charger or the smart hub. And it's 1 meter long. So that's roughly around 3 feet, right? And you plug it into your wall, and and then whatever item you want to plug into it, you plug into the torso, into the front part of the doll. And there you go. It's your extension cord. That's a doll. So you can put your smart doll on your table or on your desk or on your nightstand or wherever you're going to have your smart doll. And instead of reaching under the table to plug in your item or reaching behind the furniture to plug in your item, it's already set up and you just plug it right into the torso of your smart doll. So to give you an idea, here's a picture of what it looks like. It's currently out of stock on the website, but I guess once it's in stock, you can order it and it'll be shipped to your house. Now, the one issue that you gotta watch out for is that this PET, or power extension torso, it works off of a 100 volt socket. So I don't know anything about other countries around the world, but you might want to look into that to make sure that this works for you. Another thing that you want to watch out for is that it's a 2-prong plug. So you can't use any of those power plugs that have 3 prongs on it. Another thing is you can't use one of those power plugs that have the 1 prong that's really fat and then the 1 prong that's really skinny. That's not going to work. So you need both of them to be like 2 skinny prongs in order for this power extension torso to work. This is definitely one of those applications that I think is interesting. It's not one that I'm personally going to buy, but if you want to try it out, it's definitely out there. It'll definitely be a conversation starter if anyone sees that in your house. One concern I have, and I haven't heard anything from anyone else, I also don't know anyone that's bought one yet, but my concern is maybe heating. It might get too hot in the smart doll. So I don't know how much that will affect the smart doll itself, but it is an item that's available to you from Culture Japan. All right, so let's get into the bonus item, right, that I was talking about earlier. Basically, this is not sold by Danny Chu on Culture Japan, so you can't buy it there. This is a modification that Danny Chu himself has written an article about in his website. I will link it in the description below. Basically what it's called is the mirror icon, and it turns your smart doll into a mini computer. That's right, I said a computer. So the way this is done is you can buy something that's basically an Android stick PC or a Intel PC stick. I don't know why the words are reversed for each version, but that's what it is. And you can get it at probably an electronics store such as a Best Buy here in America, or even if you didn't want to do it that way, you can get it on eBay or Amazon. And it slides into the torso of the doll, just like the smart hub and the smart charge and the power torso. And you slide it in there, and 2 wires are going to come out the back, right where the bust is, and the spine line up, and it's going to be the power cord, and it's going to be the cord to go into the monitor. which is going to be either HDMI or what have you. It depends on the stick that you buy, but most likely it's going to be some form of HDMI. And before you put the PC stick in your doll, from what I'm told, because I don't have this and I don't know if anyone else has done this yet, but you can set it up to put your mouse and your keyboard to connect to it via Bluetooth. So this way you set that up before you put it in the doll. So once that's all set up, you slide the PC stick into the torso, and then you have the cords coming out the back, right where, if I can show you here, it's going to come out. Nope, her clothes are on too tight. But basically it's going to come out the back somewhere around here where the telescopic scope is. For the telescopic stand is going to come out the back, and you're going to plug it into your monitor and to a power source, and you have a computer. Now they all have different technical specs, so you can get it in different varieties, where it's either an M3 processor or an i5 or an i7 or an Android operating system. So you just got to do the research yourself to see which one you want to buy and set up with. But according to Danny Chu, once that's all done, you just hook it up to the monitor and a power source, and you have your computer. You can surf the net, and I think you can stream on it and everything. You just can't do like gaming. Like, it's not going to be big enough where you can do gaming or anything like. But normal stuff like looking up YouTube videos such as this one, maybe Netflix, or just searching the web, you can definitely do that on these girls. I plan on trying this modification out sometime in the future. And when I do, I will definitely make a YouTube video about that, so you guys can see how it's done or how I did it, and maybe you can follow along on the same suit. Who knows? But that is definitely an interesting modification to make your smart dolls definitely smart to the point where you can wow your friends or anybody that seems to ask that she's an actual computer tower. And for those of you that are anime fans, think Chobits, right? Awesome. So that is the Mirai Con. Again, it's not sold by Culture Japan or Smart Doll, but it's a modification that you can do to your dolls to make them a little bit smarter. Okay, so before this episode ends, I just want to cover something really quick. As I stated in a previous episode, on April 30th is going to be Castle Point Anime Convention, and I will be hosting 2 panels there. So if you want to see me and meet up with me, maybe we can do a photo shoot or something, or have a nice chat. I will be hosting 2 panels at the Babio Center. That's BC-210. That is the room. I'm going to be hosting Dolphy Dreams versus Smart Doll at around 11:15 or 11 a.m. And then I'm going to do Anime Dolls at 4 p.m. So come out and see me if you're in the area. It's Castle Point Anime Convention at the Stevens Institute of Technology here in New Jersey. Also, because the convention is going to be next weekend, I'm probably going to be doing a Let's Travel covering the convention. And there's not going to be a Doll Life episode 6 next week. It might not even air my normal time on Mondays. It might be the following week after, only because the whole weekend I'm going to be at the con. I don't know when I'll be able to edit all the footage, but I'll try to get it out to you guys as soon as I can, so you can see, what happened and everything. But I don't want to leave you guys hanging out there too long with no content. So I will try to get it to you as soon as I can. But yeah, so if you want, and if you have time, come see me at the Castle Point Anime Convention, April 30th, 11 a.m. or 4 p.m. for my doll panels in BC-210. Okay, so that wraps up today's episode of Doll Life. I'm your host Shizusan, and that's the end of episode 5. I hope that you enjoyed this episode, and it was something very interesting for you, because it was interesting for me, and hopefully it's something that you'd be interested in, making your smart dolls a little bit smarter. So as always, please subscribe to me. I'll link it right up here. So this way, if you subscribe to me, you'll get notifications of all my new videos coming out, and it helps support me on my own channel. Also follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I'll link it in the descriptions below. And thank you again for watching. This is Shizusan from Doll Life and Kizuna signing off.